She recommended that I get a mammogram, and she said I shouldn't panic unless I have a family history with breast cancer.
I mean, that sounds encouraging.
It would be if I didn't have a family history with it.
I always enjoy working with Brianna, and we often look forward to when we read the script and we see that TNT is on the case, and we know we're going to have days ahead that we get to work together, and it's priceless in front of and behind the camera, and I think that is evident when people see the show. I mean, that's real chemistry. So then to have this storyline pop up, and know that relationship is now going to shift into a much deeper connection outside of the firehouse was, I was looking forward to it on one hand and really not at all on the other.
Yeah, I have to agree. So obviously I agree with the sentiment. TNT days are our favorite days on set. And then I think this particular storyline, because there is a mirror effect of how close we've gotten on the show, and because I met Gina, when she became Tommy, so we've kind of gotten to know each other on the same wavelength. And so then this storyline, I knew it would be sad, but it was actually more sad because of the way they have Gina looking, or Tommy, should we say. But it felt really special too, that we got to go into the underground of our relationship and emotions. Yeah, I think it's, the thing that's been haunting you, and you're always just waiting for when it comes for you. And I think the way that Nancy is and lives is maybe like someone who is like, you know what, I'm probably gonna get cancer and very young, but I'm not gonna tell anybody and keep my world really small. And so then I think when it showed up, all of the fear and memories of the past and her family and all of that just was right at the front door, and she was ready to just open it and be like, take me. And I can relate to that though sometimes. When you're like, there's no way, it has to be this.
Oh no, I mean, it certainly wasn't on mine. It wasn't on Gina's mind. I don't think it was on Tommy's mind. Quite frankly, I think Tommy's been through enough. That's how I felt. I thought, she's fine. She has been through enough. And then, this happens. It's, what I found in the most interesting is there's this weird sort of irony, right? That as a first responder, and we sort of in the previous episode when we all thought the gas was coming for us, there was this moment of, well, this is what we signed up for, and here it comes. And so as first responders, there's this moment that we're resigned to the possibility of dying on the job because it's that dangerous. But then something like this happens, and you're not prepared for it in the same way. And there's this sort of psychological adjustment that you make around death. And it might be because this you don't have control over. You don't feel like you have control. I haven't consented to cancer. I consented to go out like a blazing ass hero. And so it makes it even more difficult. Not well, probably because of everything that I just mentioned. It's not something she struggles because she really tries to take control of a situation that she doesn't really have control over. and I think it's worse than we want it to be.
Yeah, we're still going strong. I think you can expect we're just trucking along. I think that brings us closer together, this moment, and we've had moments like that in the past, more towards Mateo, but this one, I feel like it peels back a layer of Nancy a little bit more, because it's interesting when you find out with someone that you're with things that they won't reveal to you, or things that they think that they should hide from you, and it kind of colors them a little in more fully. And I think you're gonna see Nancy being more open to Mateo, but they will have some tribulations in the later part of the season. Ooh.
I think eventually she's going to have to. She does not go willingly. I mean, really not. Really not. And that was actually one of my favorite episodes to shoot, because it's not unlike how I live my life. Being this strong. I'm just like, I'm the queen of, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. And Tommy is very much that. So we're, all those women out there, like myself and Tommy, are going to see themselves reflected, and hopefully by the end of it understand that they don't have to do it alone, that there's always help, and there's always somebody who's going to reach out a hand. And in this case, it starts with Nancy, my beautiful confidant, and eventually it will spread to the rest of the 126.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. I love Nancy. I love all of the characters. I love all of the actors. I love the show. But I guess, it's one of the, it's a bittersweet, it's very, I don't know, it feels like a novel or a movie. Like I'm watching myself in a movie being like, you've got to let go to move on. But just, but I think, just grateful. I think in knowing, like when we're on set and, we didn't know for sure, but we knew, but I think being on set every day, it was nice to know in a way, because no moments were taken for granted. And I would just always look to my left, to my right, ahead, and be like, I'm so lucky to be here. So it's bittersweet, but it doesn't feel like it's ripped from my hands at this point. So I think that's good. That's good.
I know.
Hello?
They always try, Brianna. They always try.
You've got to. But...
What are you going to say? I'm going to say that you will see Tommy in the final episode.
That actually is a good tip. That's a nugget.
Yeah.
It'll be ever present as the series is sliding into home. Go Dodgers. But yeah, it'll be I had to. But yeah, the issues that we're having will be taking up some episodes towards the end of the series and on out.
I actually in the Vega house, there is a menu of Cuban food that I now have.
My list is a bit longer, but I have a bunch of plants that had been in the warehouse. They're out in my backyard in the ICU. They're thriving now. And I have Tommy's salt and pepper shakers, some of Tommy's kitchenware, like just little spoons and things, and then some uniform things, like my t-shirts and stuff like that. Some hat that I never ever wore actually. But I was like, it says Austin up. I mean,
I know, right? I was just like,
I didn't have an
really?
apartment, so I had to go to her house. She had nice stuff.
I did.
And I think of it every time I use it. I'm like, that was a great time.